These days, people don't pick up newspapers too often anymore and read them. That doesn't mean that journalists who write online, and still in newspapers, don't have to watch what they say and write. They have to be wary of libel, slander, plagiarism, and more. Libel is the publication of false information that is defamatory, and it is permanent. Slander is spoken words or gestures that are defamatory as well, but they are temporary. During a brief interview with journalism student Peter Quinton at Monmouth University, he spoke about being careful with the legalities of writing and journalism.
I mean, I've been writing online for this music site called The Ripcord for about 2 years or so, and mostly what I write is like music reviews and like sometimes features and stuff. So it's not as stressful to be thinking about like, oh, what if I like plagiarize or something, but it is something you have to keep in the back of your mind always, because your stuff's always going to be up there. It's not like, I mean, even with like a print publication or something, you'll like have something out there, and then like the next week, like in a newspaper, and then next week we'll move on to the next one. But like your stuff's always up there, so something could resurface years later that you didn't even know about, you know. And then if you plagiarized, you know, God forbid, or something like that, then that could just come out, you know, out of nowhere. And it doesn't seem like as big of a deal, because when you write for a small website, you think like, oh, who's going to be reading this? But so like you don't think like you have to take yourself as seriously when you're writing, but things do happen. And I know this is before I started writing on the site a couple years ago. There was a plagiarism scandal on the site where a writer did plagiarize a story, and it came out of nowhere. I don't know the exact details of it, but they did confront the writer about it, and they fired him from the site. You know, they told him he couldn't write for the site anymore. And you know, you don't think that would happen as much on like a small site or would be taken as seriously, but it does. So even if you're writing for a small website, you know, you have to be able to be professional and take yourself seriously, you know. Or even just being maybe like cordial, you know, or being fair, even when you're just writing reviews, like, you know, you have to still watch what you say and stuff, because an artist might read what you're writing about them, and then a whole big thing could happen, you know, because you want to be accurate and fair for that too, even if it's just a review. So yeah, you want to be as careful as you can, even if you're just writing for a small website. You know, even if it doesn't seem like anybody's going to be reading it, you never know. So you want to be as professional as you can be, you know, at all points.
Thanks.